Hey! Oh, wait, we're on, right? Jamie?
Hey.
Hey. Okay, so we were talking about Futurama.
Yeah.
And how, basically, we pre-cancellation and after-cancellation Futurama. And which one do you want to try first? Do you want?
The blue, because it goes deeper.
Alright.
He's holding out a blue soda and a red soda, so I picked blue because, I
Go
made a
deeper
Kids
into
Next
the
Door.
rabbit hole.
What?
Go deeper.
Sure, let's go with that.
Because I'm Kids Next Door.
That's how I remembered which one is the one they used in The Matrix, because I've seen The Matrix, but not a lot.
Yeah.
I specifically remember there's a parody of The Matrix on the Kids Next Door where they had this one kid in this dark room, and he's like, you can try the red cherry.
Or the blurple berry.
Or yeah, he's like, you can take the sweet cherry and leave, and this is all you will know. Or you can take the sour blue
Oh, this smells like bubblegum.
and delve deeper into the world. So he takes the blue. I remember him taking the blue one because he makes like a sour face. That's how I remember which one. That's, that's smart.
That tastes like bubblegum.
I explained to you that it's bubblegum.
Yeah. What does that one taste like?
Bubblegum.
Let me try.
It's the same, it's just different colors.
I'm confused. Hold
Which is why I don't like big red or big blue. I don't really like bubblegum.
on. No, that's different.
Really? What the fuck does this taste like? Ew. Ah! Ah! Big red tastes like fucking medicine.
No.
Ugh.
Big Blue might be diet.
What the? What? How? Hunter, this came from Austin, Texas. Austin failed us.
Austin failed us for the first time. Let me see that.
This is much more delicious than that.
To be honest, I mean, it's just like, this is stronger.
I don't like the stronger one.
Huh. What the fuck?
Does diet have
I think Big Red is diet.
What does it
What
taste
the hell?
Well, that might explain why it tastes so badly.
But it's calories 250 Big Red, 325 Big Blue.
Okay, I'll take the big blue.
Sodium 2% Big Red, 4% Big Blue. Total carbohydrates 23% Big Red, 28% Big Blue. Like, what the fuck?
I'll take
This
the big
is
blue.
stronger.
Give me the big blue.
It's the same taste, just stronger.
This tastes better than that, though. I don't like bubblegum, and when it's that strong... I don't even want this.
Find another one.
Why do I want it? I don't even like bubblegum.
It's gross.
It is. I don't like bubblegum.
It's alright. I mean, like...
Would you get mad if I took your sauce and just dumped it on the floor?
Yes. Not my special sauce. So anyway, we were basically talking about... You're gonna have to, like, cut a lot of that. That's gonna be boring. We were basically talking about,
Futurama.
how... Whenever Family Guy was canceled... You explain it, Jamie. You were
Okay, so there's a huge difference when shows get canceled, and if they're brought back, there's a huge difference in their style. Like, pre-cancellation Family Guy is really different than post-cancellation Family Guy, and then again, like, it changes over the course of
So
time.
would you say that the pre-cancellation was crazier, and then that the post-cancellation was trying to play it safe because they were canceled and they don't want to get canceled again?
Sort of like first Family Guy. If you watch Family Guy, it's more like just normal things. There's bizarre things in it, but overall, it's just like an average situation that just kind of spirals out of control in a weird way. And then after it was canceled and it was brought back with the episodes where Stewie tries to find his dad, but it turns out it's him from the future.
Yeah.
And from there, I don't know how to explain it. First of all, the art style is different, you can tell.
Well, yeah, but that's just probably just because
Of age.
since...
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I mean, like, he also got a lot more money, so he
Yeah,
probably
good
could have
point.
hired more animators.
Yeah. But, yeah, if you watch, like, the humor from the first season of Family Guy is really different from after it was canceled. And not...
Did it get canceled after the first season? Like
It
first
wasn't-
season cancellation?
No.
Was it like...
It was a couple of seasons, maybe like 2 or 3, maybe 3.
And we're up to 13 now?
I think so, yeah. So I think it was brought back, and then it was it canceled again? I don't remember if it was
I
canceled
know
twice.
Futurama's been twice.
Yeah, Futurama came on.
Has The Simpsons ever been canceled? I know it's the longest running, like, adult
might
cartoon
have.
show.
I think it's the longest running TV show, or cartoon show now.
It's the longest running cartoon show.
Which, let me see.
It might still be the longest running TV show, period. Like, I mean, leaving out, like, things like Doctor Who.
Or like...
Because I feel like Doctor Who's, like, it wasn't on for 20 years. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog. Another good. That does taste good. Another good example is Ugly Americans. Do you remember that show on Comedy Central?
That was so good.
Okay, no, you watched the first season, and the first season's really good. Then it was canceled because it didn't get a lot of viewership. And then after a while, I guess
The fans asked for it back.
and then Comedy Central said, "All right, let's give you season 2." I think there's only 2 or no.
I think there's 2 seasons.
There might be 2 or 3. I don't remember.
There might be 3. I'm not sure, but I think there's.
But they say they brought it back for at least one.
Nobody
season,
watched it again.
and just no one watched it again. And you could tell, because the second season isn't as dark or crazy. Because I remember.
Was it the first or second season where like Mark had to go fight? No, not fight, but he had to. They went. They all went to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had to fight, and he ended up being killed or something.
Oh, and then like what's her name? His
Callie.
Yeah, her dad was there
Yeah.
with them. I think that might have been first season. No, I think it was actually. I don't remember. But okay, here's the difference in like. There's an episode in the first season where Callie is constantly basically raping Mark throughout the course of the episode, because she's going through like this weird.
But
period.
it's weird because they're a couple, but like he's kind of getting tired of the sex because she's a demon and it's like rough sex.
And it like physically hurts him on the inside.
Yeah, and he's like she's basically like forcing him to have sex.
And like the first season of that show is really weird and dark and creepy, and a lot of bizarre shit happens. Well,
But it's still great.
but it's still awesome. And then after it was canceled and it was brought back, it still had like dark stuff like that, but it wasn't as creative or fucked up as the original season. Which is weird because
Speaking of things that are kind of, I don't want to say, let's say differing from season to season instead of before cancellation and after cancellation.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, well, that's
No,
more
wait.
of different from iteration to iteration.
Good point. Because there's lots of seasons of
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin. Was Mighty Morphin the longest running version of Power Rangers?
Maybe. I know Dino Thunder wasn't the longest, but it was the best. Dino Thunder, best Power
True.
Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
has to be. Mighty Morphin next, and then after that, there's pretty much nothing worth caring about.
Ninja Storm was.
Ninja Storm was okay. Wait, no.
I'm thinking of the wrong one. Well, Ninja Storm was.
Was the current one like Samurai Sword or something?
Current one is Samurai.
What the fuck? That's
not-
like been going on for like 6 years. That's weird, right? To think
It
about.
was like 4.
Okay.
It
fuck
entered
off.
like in
4 years?
2012 actually. So it might not
No,
even been.
no, it wasn't 2012. If it was somewhere around the time, it was 2011 or 2010.
Yeah, it was probably 2011.
Okay,
3
years.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
actually, fuck. I think the worst season of Power Rangers might have been
Samurai.
RPM. No. Do you even remember RPM?
What's RPM?
Exactly.
What
I don't remember it either.
is it?
It was that forgettable. It was like
What
it
channel?
had
was it?
cars-ish. It was Disney XD, I think. And it was like they had cars, but not really cars. It was more like monster, like
See,
construction vehicles.
Disney XD.
Started off cool.
Speaking of construction vehicles and transforming robots, Power Rangers in the first, I think it was the first or second movie with that one transforming, like the one that had like the 5 construction bots and then like it had balls. That was like the best thing ever.
Did you say Power Rangers?
No,
Oh, Transformers.
Transformers.
Okay. Oh yeah, the second one. What was his name? He has a name because he's built by the what's his name?
The construction bots.
Yeah.
Like they're not Autobots or Decepticons. They are construction bots. But I think
I almost said Gigabyte. For some reason.
they side with the
He has a name.
Decepticons. I know he has a name. It's like
Like a badass name too.
it is a pretty badass
Like
name.
Destructor or some shit like that.
Destructotron. No, Destructicon.
I don't even
Remember
think we're right.
Minicons?
Those tiny like little green ones, green and purple ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tiny ones that transformed in like laptop. There was a laptop one. There was a scooter. I think his name was Scoot. There was like a boombox, I think.
And then they combined together to make a car.
Yeah, didn't they? Yeah.
I was making a joke of how pathetically small they were.
Well, they were like, I think they combined together.
Combined to make a Prius.
I think they combined together to make something, but I can't
do.
remember.
I don't remember either. Fuck.
I do remember that they could like attach on to the Transformers, and the Transformers would like gain power or something.
Yeah, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember that one that was really weird? It had like keys, and these keys like unlock the Transformers' powers. I want to say like it was fragments of the cube thing. What's the cube thing called? The Allspark.
Yeah.
I want to say it was.
Wow. Okay, now we're really merging Transformers and Power Rangers because there's a Sentai series in Japan. I don't know if it's still going on, but after Samurai here in America, this would be the next one, and it's basically their Power Ranger, basically pirates.
Oh my god!
But it's really cool because they get these keys, and say the Red Ranger gets the key, the Mighty Morphin key. He uses that to change into the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Wait,
Red
no
Ranger.
way!
Yeah, he
That's
gets the Dino
awesome.
Thunder one. He turns into the Dino Thunder one. Isn't that
No
cool?
way.
That's sweet, huh?
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, which is why I can't wait. Because even if I'm not gonna watch it, I want to at least see an episode where like the pirate one turns into, I don't know, fucking Geo Red Ranger.
I would like to see the like. Green, you know how Green Ranger was bad and they went good
Yeah.
in the Mighty Morphin
After he became a Christian.
because he was Jewish before.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, but that's why he was green because of money. Anyway, but
And then that's why he was white because.
this is extremely racist. But no, he stayed Green Ranger, didn't he? But he was also the White Ranger.
He was Green Ranger first, and he was being controlled by a bad guy, and then he became a good guy. Then he sort of died because of the candle,
And came back.
and then came back as the white. Yeah, Candle the White, exactly.
Ranger the White.
All right, what was your original point?
I would like to see like this Green Ranger, like the Green Ranger pirate, go bad, and him turn into the old Green Ranger, and him have to fight like Dino Thunder Red.
You know what's really weird
What?
about Power Rangers that I kind of respect is that they have fan service, oddly enough. Because okay, you know how in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the Green Ranger was Tommy, and then he went on to be like after Mighty Morphin it was
Tommy the White.
it was Geo, right? And he was still Tommy, like he was still the main guy. And after Geo it was Turbo. And Turbo he was still the main guy after, leaving. And then Dino Thunder sort of connected the entire Power Rangers universe somehow. Because they had Tommy back as the Black Ranger, like as their teacher or whatever. That was tight.
I remember that. That was.
And then they watched, and then basically the Power Rangers watched episodes.
Which one had
of
like
Mighty
the
Morphin.
white? Which one had where like the White Ranger was like almost a rumor, I think, and then they found the White Ranger and like in like a warehouse or something, and they were like fighting him, and then he ended up afterwards turning good, and then later became the leader of the Power Rangers. Does that sound right at all?
Well, I know the White Ranger became the leaders of Mighty Morphin. And then was it Geo?
So then I guess I would be talking about Mighty Morphin.
Well, no, but then in Geo, either Geo or Turbo, there is a White Ranger, or not. If not White, a Silver Ranger.
Was the White Ranger in Dino Thunder bad?
Was there a White in Dino Thunder?
I'm pretty sure there was a White in Dino Thunder because I remember.
I don't remember.
I remember the white helmet, and it had like the teeth. And
Shit, I don't remember, dude.
I could be thinking of the red helmet like painted white or something.
Maybe.
For some reason.
I know there was the Black Ranger.
The Red Ranger was T-Rex. The Yellow Ranger was Pterodactyl. The Green Ranger was Triceratops.
No, the Blue Ranger.
Blue Ranger was Triceratops?
Yeah, I remember distinctly because they had these cool morphers that were like little dinosaur things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were tight.
Pink Ranger would have been...
Was there a Pink Ranger?
Was there?
No, there's only 3.
Were there only 3?
Remember, there were they got to a point where like Ninja Storm was only 3, but then later on got like 2 more.
Oh.
And then Dino Thunder was only 3.
Did they later get 2 more?
No.
Dino Thunder was only 3 the whole time?
Well, because, okay, in Ninja Storm it was like light blue, yellow, and red. And then later on they had like this gold one. Or gold and black maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
And then they
I remember that
and then
one.
they got a blue one. And they were like brothers, right? The blue and the other one were brothers.
Yeah, I think so.
There was blue and then like a burgundy red. There was a dark blue and a burgundy red, and they were brothers.
Maybe.
And then they eventually joined.
I don't know, like the Transformer universe. Like, I'll be honest,
Power
Transformers. Whoa, fuck! I meant Power Rangers. I'll be honest, the Power Rangers universe is one that like.
If you
It's a show I really like to watch, but like I can't just watch it because it's kind of shitty.
You know what I kind of want someone to do?
What?
You know what I kind of want someone to do? Make like a graphic novel, like a Power Rangers graphic novel. Make it more or less serious. Like still make it super goofy because that's what it is. They're fighting giant monsters, but make it like fucking violent and shit, and then somehow connect the universe completely.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, wait.
You know what I would like to see happen?
What?
I would like to see Disney XD completely disown Disney Channel and just go off and. Cause I know it's like the same thing. Well, like I kind of want Disney to kind of split itself down the middle. Because it's half girly shit, and it's half fucking awesome shit. Which is...
No, it's not. It's not really half. It's like a quarter.
It's
like maybe a third.
It's...
It was good. Okay, out of all the shows on Disney Channel right now, name something that's good other than Gravity Falls.
Disney Channel?
Yeah. Other than Gravity Falls.
5 minutes of silence.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Gravity Falls is the only thing on there.
I heard Gravity Falls is really good, actually.
It is, actually. Like, it's really nice. It's nice. It's
but
gentle.
Also, it's gentle.
It's like a really, like, it's like a less...
It's the same artist as...
It's a less crazy version of a regular show and Adventure Time. Like how
regular show's not very crazy.
Well, you know how regular show and Adventure Time are for like teens, sort of.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls is like you can watch it like this.
Preteen.
It's more It's like not as ridiculously
Yeah.
weird as.
Have you read Skipper Goes to Taco Bell?
I haven't read that yet.
Oh my gosh.
You told me not to actually.
Do it.
Okay, I will
In fact,
now.
This color right here is very relevant.
Oh, gross. Okay, that's gross. That's disgusting. I told you about when you were talking about that. I was reminded of this Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comic called. And okay, for those of you who don't know who Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is I think his name is Jonan Vasquez. I don't know. I think that's how you pronounce his first name. He went on. Well, he's most famous for Invader Zim, which is a show he did.
Fucking love Invader Zim.
I know, I do too. Which is a show he did in the early 2000s, which was like pretty dark and like violent. For, whatever.
When you really think about it, like as a kid, you're just like, oh, it's Invader Zim. It's kind of creepy. But
you watch it now, you're like, wow, this is really dark.
Like Zim replaced those kids' organs with like electronics, and like I think one had like a space heater put back inside him instead of his intestines.
Yeah, it was dark. So okay, imagine that, a dark children's TV show. In the 90s, before he did that, he did this comic called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is one of the most violent things I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's both like one page will be really disturbing and depressing, and then immediately one of the characters will be like, "Hey, look, it's that one commercial we all like where the entire family gets diarrhea," and it just ends with everybody just laughing on the fucking couch.
Yeah, dude.
And there's this kind of running comic throughout called Meanwhile. So in between all the Johnny stuff.
That's actually kind of like a funny like meta joke.
Yeah.
Like Meanwhile.
And there's a comic called Meanwhile where it'll just randomly cut to something completely random. So there's this one where this guy is on a date with this girl, and he's like really nervous or whatever because he's holding in a fart. So he's like, "Oh man, I really gotta fart. I really gotta go bad. But if I fart right now, I'm gonna ruin the date." So he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom." So as he stands up, he lets it rip, and he realizes it wasn't a fart; it was diarrhea. So he just kind of pooped in his pants. So he sits back down, and the whole comic is him fucking thinking in his head, trying to find ways to get out of this situation. He's freaking out. He's like, "Oh crap! What if people start smelling the smell?" So by the end of the comic, he's like, I've only got one more thing left. So he stands up and starts running out, going like, "What the hell? Someone put diarrhea in my pants."
That's like the best way. I don't know.
It just sounds like him running away in his day, just like, "What the hell?" You see it coming out of his pants.
Jonan Vasquez?
Jonan Vasquez. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's Jonen.
JH.
So Jonan?
Yeah, it's Jonan.
Something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But
that's a good comic.
There seems to be like what?
NC-17.
Yeah.
Don't go out being. Well, I mean, I did this when I read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac when I was in 7th grade. So
I was probably 11 when I first.
I was messed up.
I haven't like read it or anything, but I first saw like images and like
my friend
a little bit of it.
Robert, who me and Jackson called
Robert, the Wizard.
No, not the Wizard.
Oh, dude,
the happy
goth.
The happy goth.
The happy goth.
The happy goth. So he was already into Invader Zim, and I'm like, "Oh, I remember that show." This was before they brought it back on Nicktoons. So I'm like, I kind of remember that show, sort of ish. And then he was like, "Yeah, oh, the same guy made this awesome comic called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac." I'm like, "Oh, cool, can I read it?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And he brought me the director's cut, which is like all of them collected, like completely uncensored. And I started reading. I'm like,
he had that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, wow, that's fucked up.
The happy guy?
But I loved it. And it's funny because it wasn't his copy. He got it from the Metropolitan Library, the public library.
Wait, what the
So they let him check that book.
Funny.
I guess they might have not known what it was about. Because
But
I mean, a little.
I can see if it's like, oh, it's a comic, but like the name is Johnny the Homicidal Maniac,
which I guess again, if it's in a comic, maybe you still think comics are for like kids or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Obviously, you haven't
Which
seen
just goes to show you, people are ignorant.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever seen The Dark Knight?
All of you.
No kid can read that. Not because it's too violent or whatever. A kid will get bored by that book.
For real.
The Dark Knight Returns? No kid's going to want to read that.
The Killing Joke? Fucking.
Killing Joke. I love The Killing Joke.
That's a great. It's a good.
There's rape and all that jazz. Batman and Joker to laugh.
All that jazz.
Yeah, all that stuff.
You'll turn the light off.
Wait.
What?
Do you remember Power Rangers SPD?
SPD, yes. It was like... No.
Patrol...
No, it was Space Patrol Delta.
Space Patrol Delta? Okay.
Or something like that. I remember it was supposed to be like... No, it wasn't Space Patrol Delta. It was like... You would think that it was like Space Police Department or something like that, but they didn't want it to be that. They wanted it to be something stupid. So it was like something Delta. I know that much.
I liked it. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. Like, I mean, like, as far as it's not the worst, it kind of falls medium. Like,
because it's not really bad. Like when you're a kid, you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, and I liked the whole like space police thing about it.
Yeah. Also, that their like boss was this giant rubber dog.
I liked
and like they had this hot cat lady, scientist.
Yeah, dude. I like that crystal face guy. What was his name?
Zordon.
Zordon, yeah.
Big ass head in the sky or in a tube. Remember when Zordon died in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
That
movie?
was fucking...
And like it blew up, and then they looked inside, and there's just like this white, creepy dude in a fucking... So his body was in there the whole time.
But it's just tiny.
Yeah. No, it's just, he's like a dude in the tube.
Yeah, I know.
Asleep. It's gross. Breeds me out, dude. I don't like it.
But I mean, like, compared to the head, it's just like tiny.
Yeah.
But like... That's so weird. Like, there was just some guy, like, I'm sure he, like, looked at them and thought, like, we're on the same level. We're both humanoids. But, like, they were, like, the fucking giant head.
That has a robot slave. Or, well, that's redundant.
Now that I think about it, it really reminds me of this Doctor Who character called the Face of Bo. Have you watched Doctor Who? No? Fuck you.
Thanks to the world's end, I now find saying robot slave redundant.
Because robots are slaves?
Because robots are slaves. That's what robot means.
Yeah.
Robotnik means slave. Which is really confusing when you're trying to ask someone if they're a mechanical object or not. So, are you a robot? No, I'm here on free will. Yeah, but are you like a robot? Like, pew.
Pew. I would ask, are you a mechano man?
A mechano man?
Mechano man. Are you a cano man?
Wait, do you remember that one episode of Futurama that was like the Da Vinci Code, sort of?
Yeah.
And it was they found all the Da Vinci stuff because Da Vinci made the first robot, and then there was like they find the robot. What was his name?
It was like
Michelangelo. It was one of those. Like,
I think it was Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
Oh, no. It was the guy from the
He's in that.
That.
And then they're like, these aren't table stools. These are his legs because he's a robot.
Come on. Like, have you ever wondered why there's an extra table like it? It was like that's called the Last Supper.
Yeah.
He's from that, and I can't remember which person he was. I think it was...
They did a clever pun. They made it sound all robotic.
It wasn't Paul. It wasn't...
No, Paul was in South Park where he's like, what do you think the Pope's at? The Pope had funny.
Yeah.
It's not designed for a human. It's designed for a rabbit.
It's designed for a rabbit, and Paul was the rabbit, and it's like... There are eggs on
the
table.
No, it wasn't Paul. It was Peter, right?
Peter Cottontail.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah, okay, it was Peter.
And then they have the descendant of Peter Cottontail.
Yeah, and it was like...
for the men's hair club?
Yeah, men's...
Oh, that was good jazz. Good jazz.
Didn't they end up, like, wanting to crown him the Pope again, and then, like, they turned him into soup?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And then Jesus was there, and he used his, like, fucking...
Ninja stars?
No, not a glaive. He used glaives.
Oh, he used glaives, yeah.
Fucking glaives. That reminds me, there's this really funny joke from the show Spaced, where he's like, you don't punch someone out, Tim. He's like, what? He was talking about episode 1. It's like, so? Whenever you hate something passionately, you do not physically assault someone. I learned that the hard way. Back in '82, I was talking to someone about a film who said that Babylon AD was crap, so I socked him in the face. Oh, good for you, thanks. But then I thought, maybe I should use my words, and I said, hey, Dad, maybe this isn't a good idea. How about let's sit down and watch Kroll and give it another chance?
Dad? Hey, Dad.
That makes a lot. Also, that's like that show was like Nerd before Nerd got really popular in the U.S.
Nerd?
His boss is Bilbo. His boss's name is Bilbo. This was before the Lord of the Rings movie, and like the doorway into Bilbo's office is the TARDIS.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's tight. It's
That's
good.
cool. Yeah.
So what were we talking about?
I realized, or I learned something today in my yesterday in my zoology class. There is this
Keep talking. I want to get soda.
I'm sorry for those of you who don't believe in evolution, but you're dumb. But like, I'm a Christian. I am a Baptist. Believe in God. Love you, God. Believe in Jesus. Love you, Jesus. Evolution is just a
cool dude.
Yeah, dude. Evolution's a fact, and there's just no way for you to disprove it, and there is a way for us to prove it. Sorry. Anyway, also sorry that I had to throw that in your face. I'm usually not that kind of person, but evolution is something I care strongly for some reason. Anyway, I learned that there's actually a small, like, island, and I can't remember the name of the island. It might just be Florence, but I'm not sure. But like,
Island of Lost Dreams.
Shut up. But anyway, Terabithia. No. But there's.
Not an island, you stupid.
I know it's not an island.
It's a continent.
Fuck. Yeah.
Retard.
But so the island, it might just be Florence, but they found like these because the things are called Homo florensis or something like that.
Oh well. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
They're 3 foot tall humanoid beings, like DNA close to ours, with large feet. They're fucking hobbits, and they found them in caves. They lived in caves. They're fucking hobbits. And this isn't something that they discovered, like, back whenever The Hobbit was relevant, or, like, Lord of the Rings was relevant at all. This was something they discovered recently. Like, I'm pretty sure within the past 20 years.
See, there's things that are magical, say hobbits or whatever. Or okay, let's use a better example: dwarves.
Okay.
Dwarves,
First off,
are regarded as like magic creatures, or whatever. Because
they're really not.
Well, I mean, not them, but like in fantasy, you'll see
But,
dwarves.
okay.
And then we have dwarves.
Here's what I'm thinking, though. Because, like, back whenever, like, hobbits would have been, like, tales, like, medieval times,
Yeah.
they could have, like, because these were things that existed I think, up to 5,000 years ago. Like, they died off just around 5,000 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so, like, they're things that are around long enough that, like, our language could have picked them up, and if someone saw them and named them, and, like, it could have stayed a tale for a long enough time that it actually just seems like, oh, these didn't exist. But they existed, and there was just no way to prove it before. And it's just, I don't know, it's cool, because, like, the myth is finally, like, true.
All right, all right.
I guess that's all the time we have today.
All right, this is the tip.
This is the tip, and we are pulling out.